y'all, welcome back. This is another episode of the Creatia Conversation, the number one news source for all that nerdish on the hub. I'm your host, Lord Cussalot Travis Porter, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined today by artiste extraordinaire and my good close personal friend, Ed Rufus Royster. How you doing today, sir?
What up, though? Doing all right. How you doing?
Oh, I'm making it, man. I'm making it. I'm living. We had you on a couple days ago for the live reaction to the PlayStation showcase, but since then, how you been? What you been up to? What you been watching? What you been playing? All that stuff.
Oh man. Let's see. Watching. I think I just watched I did watch a movie this week. Sisu. The action movie. That was dope.
Okay.
Violent as fuck. I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom, of course, because that is how
You and everybody else
get your life consumed by such a huge open world game. And then I mentioned it on the last time we spoke of having to like go back to the drawing board almost on this armor piece, this armor cosplay. Just having to repaint a lot of it. I don't know why I decided to think my costume would work blue when the obvious choice would have been green, and now the green looks very good. Although,
so you don't have to, you're choosing to.
Well, for cosplay purposes, readability of who the character is supposed to be, even though it's an reimagining.
Yeah, you want to find that balance of everybody knows who it is, but also see that you put your own spin on it.
Yeah, so going green was the more logical choice, and I don't know why I ran from it. Maybe just because I spent money on ordering the tunic for this character, and I'm like, I'm gonna wear the tunic underneath my armor, and I was like, you could just wear the tunic for a different cosplay. You could just do the armor as green instead. Yeah, but having to make a whole new mask in a day was fun. Not having to, choosing to, but yeah, that was fun. I'm happy, and 90%, maybe 70, 60% of the way through with the mask already. So
yeah, but I'm sure it's gonna look awesome. So
yeah, it's a great shade of green. I'm gonna show people right now. I love this green.
It is pretty dope. Yeah,
I love green. Yeah, green's my favorite color. That's also.
I'm aware.
Yes. So yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Not a lot new. I've actually been working on a lot of stuff for the channel here and like all things Creatia World in general. So that's taken up a lot of my time. But I mentioned this yesterday. I did start watching Citadel on Prime Video.
I worked on that for like an episode. For one scene.
So yeah, it's one of those where like, okay, I can kind of see what they're doing here, and it's like it's not bad. So it's like, okay, I'll continue. I'm having fun with it. Seeing if like, okay, how much like predictable, formulaic spy stuff are you gonna do, and how are you gonna, turn on its head twisted a little bit. A lot of it's seeming kind of predictable so far, but it's not like predictable and bad. So it's it's just predictable. So it's cool.
Fair enough. Nice.
Yeah. As far as playing, really haven't had time to play much. Every now and then I get a little bit of time. I'll play some Marvel Snap, but that's usually about it right now. Because that's something I can do quick. But
I know that vibe.
Yeah, but that's what I've been on lately as far as my own entertainment goes. But as far as us entertaining you, thank you all for watching right now. If you're watching us later, know that you can watch us live. We're on live every day, Monday through Friday on YouTube, on twitch.tv/Creatia World. So while you're there, you can watch us, subscribe while you're there too. If you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Prime Gaming. Therefore, you can subscribe to us for free. All you got to do, you link your Amazon account with the Twitch account, gives you Prime Gaming. Not only do you get to subscribe to stuff for free, you also get a lot of free shit. Like, they give you free games every month and free perks for games and all that other kind of stuff. It's worth it for you. And, Jeff Bezos has enough money, so give some of it to us or another Twitch stream. Doesn't matter if you don't give it to us. I'd appreciate it, but give it to somebody. Use it. Don't lose it. You can also watch us live on YouTube, youtube.com/Creatia World. Know that, you can also subscribe there as well. That's free. That don't cost you a dime at all. You can also, ring the bell, like we used to say, like flick that button under the bell. And that way you can subscribe to us and also have notifications every time we go live, every time we drop something new, all that good stuff. Another way you can watch us later is on Pornhub, pornhub.com/model/creation world, because we are the #1 news source for all that nerdish on the hub. So go there, watch us there, all that good stuff. But if you want to subscribe and support us financially, a good way to do that is at patreon.com/creation world. You go there, you get extra stuff like Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden Matt Ritter. I forgot his name for a second. I don't know how that happened, but we're actually just finished up Halloween Havoc 1997, as some would say the best pay-per-view in WCW history, which so far they're not wrong. It's just like it has, which something I already knew, but I get reminded of it every time I watch it. The best cruiserweight match that has ever happened, like no doubt. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio at Halloween Havoc 1997 is the best cruiserweight match that has ever happened.
Nice.
There's no debating that. Don't even try it. You're wrong. But that's also just a great era of WCW. But also, we got Multiverse, myself, and Mario the Shark Watkins, where we're going back and watching a lot of animated comic book movies. We just did Flashpoint Paradox, which is good for us, with the new Flash movie coming out. So you can watch that and then kind of get yourself ready for the Flash movie coming, because they're both based on the same comic book storyline. So it's, good stuff. Check that out. You can kind of see the differences between this and the upcoming movie. Good fun. Yeah, I think that's it for right now. So I think, Mr. Royster,
sir,
that we can get into a little bit of newsy time. So, in the news today, and things are getting expensive, and I don't like it.
Goddamn adulting.
Yeah, it's all costing too much money. And, there's certain things that cost a lot of money that you don't expect to really hit you in the pocket. And then along comes Japan. And a Japanese ice cream brand, breaks the Guinness World Record for the most expensive ice cream. In the world we're in right now, why do you feel like you need to make the most expensive ice cream ever?
I mean, it's what you have to do when you are constantly chasing the bag and have that kind of money. What is the most ridiculous thing I can spend my money on next? Ice cream. How can I amp this up even more?
That would be quite the way to floss, as as we used to say. I don't think they still say floss, but flex, I think, is more like the thing now, right? Is that what the kids say?
I don't know what the kids say. I'm out of it. I don't even have. I still am avoiding TikTok. Remember, I don't know anything.
I mean, so am I. We have a TikTok. I've never used it. I let the other folks use it because it's just anyway. While we flexing and flossing over here. So yeah, this article comes from Food Beast. So go check it out, give them a read. It's always exciting when someone breaks a new Guinness World Record. The latest record breaker that has everyone talking is Japanese ice cream brand Celato. Using rare and obscenely pricey ingredients, they've successfully nabbed the record for the world's most expensive ice cream. Named Byakuya? Byakuya? Yeah, that seems right. The fancy ice cream brand will cost you a jaw-dropping 873,400 Japanese yen, or 6,696 US dollars. That's enough to pay your monthly mortgage or go on an extended vacay to a bucket list destination. Because I'm like, the things I can do with $6,696 is jaw dropping me right now. Somebody spent that on some fucking ice cream. Ain't no way. No way. Pocket wilting cost aside, Salato's Byakuya was also designed to blow you away in the taste department too. It's made using rare white truffles, of course, there's truffles involved, grown in Alba, Italy, and are normally priced at 2 million Japanese yen, or $15,192 per kilogram. Other high-end ingredients include Parmigiano, Reggiano, and sake lace, I don't know, which is a byproduct of sake production. So you add byproducts and stuff, charge you extra. Okay. Um, Salato's aim was to combine European and Japanese ingredients. So to achieve that, they enlisted Tadayoshi Yamada, the head chef at Rivi, an Osaka-based restaurant known for its cutting-edge fusion cuisine. The taste is said to be robust and fragrant, with complex notes of fruit. Following their record-breaking success, Salato plans to continue developing more ice creams using high-quality ingredients like champagne and caviar. Um, Edmund, do you want this expensive Japanese truffle ice cream?
No, this is why they say eat the rich. It's I'm not intrigued.
Nothing that they described there sounded like I wanted it. Like it's just
it's specifically just for the sake. Probably a diabetic shock. Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's just for the flex. That's the problem. That's the annoyance. It's just to say I could spend the money on it, and therefore I did spend the money on it. And I don't know. I mean, and maybe I could be wrong. Maybe it's my ignorance because I'm frugal and I don't know food stuff like that. Maybe my girlfriend will inform me that as a foodie that there's some level of the taste palette and all of that that's worth it. I don't know. I'm still not in that line of work or mindset or lifetime of wanting that, even if I had the money.
Yeah. It's just like I think there was this YouTube series called I think it was called Worth It, where they taste different foods at different price levels. Like I watched one on these burgers and all that because I'm a burger person. Like burgers are my favorite food. And I'm looking at it, and I'm just like the one that was like the most expensive one. And I'm like, I don't want that though. Like, it's just the way the things they put on. I don't even remember what all was on there and everything, but I'm just like, that doesn't appeal to me. I feel like watching all this, I can make a better version of that at home. Like, and I wouldn't consider myself, a gourmet chef by any means, but I know how to make a burger, and I know how to make a burger that I'm really gonna like. So it's just like I don't see the appeal there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if they do another, I don't know if they're doing more seasons of it, but if 2 Chainz does an episode on it, maybe I'll consider wanting to watch it or try it. I don't know if you took a chance at watching any of his episodes of 2 Chainz hosted a show, The Most Expensivest.
Okay.
Where he basically just goes around looking at the most expensive shit.
That sounds familiar. I may have seen that before.
Like the most expensive toothbrush or record player, all these like benign random stuff. And I think food was in some of the episodes as well. So it gets interesting. I mean, 2 Chainz is very entertaining.
But he's an entertaining individual. So yeah.
So if he does an episode on it, maybe I'd even still I'd still avoid it. But it would be a fun episode as he's cracking jokes and enjoying the fuck out of it. So definitely a recommendation on the show to watch at some point just to see how things have changed expense wise.
Got it. I'm just write that down. Put it in my pocket. Take it out later. Let's talk about some more stuff that's just getting too expensive. Let's go over to Netflix because
monsters.
Netflix done lost their damn mind.
Damn right.
So first of all, Netflix has decided that they started a while ago they were going to crack down on password sharing. And I was already annoyed by the fact that they were going to do this, but this article comes from CNN. So let's see what CNN Business has to say here. So the streaming video company on Tuesday said it is now sending out emails to all U.S. subscribers who share passwords with people outside their household as part of a long-planned move to limit password sharing. It'll say your YouTube account is for you and the people you live with, your household. The email reads, along with options on how to share the account. To share an account with someone outside the household, a user can transfer a profile to a new membership that they pay for, or else add an extra member to their account for an additional $7.99 monthly fee. Netflix previously turned a blind eye to password sharing because it was fueling growth. However, last year it said that it was going to crack down on password sharing because it hurts its bottom line. It's previously estimated that more than 100 million households worldwide share an account. The company started to clamp down on password sharing in several countries earlier this year, including Canada, New Zealand, Portugal, and Spain. Netflix recently reported a net increase of 1.75 million global streaming subscribers in the first quarter, up nearly 5% from the same period in the prior year, but below the more than 3 million Wall Street analysts had expected. Netflix said in an earnings call last month that it has seen a cancel reaction in each market when we announced the news about the paid sharing option, but then it sees increased acquisition and revenue.
Allegedly.
That's what they say, but we don't get those numbers because they don't share them. That's
Nope.
one of those things that they're talking about this writer strike and all that. Like, yeah. So if you're somebody who shares a password, you may have gotten this little thing pop up when you opened up Netflix recently. I got it here on my phone. See if I can let you all see it here. But yeah, this thing popped up, and I was like, oh, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
So part of me out of spite is just like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing it. But then I realized today, well, actually last night, I found a loophole. Because you can still use your phone. It's when it's like on your TV or a console or something like that that they're doing those little things. But if you're on your phone, it still works. So if you have a Chromecast, I'm not talking about the newer one, I'm talking about the old school one that had to connect to your phone and cast through your phone to your TV, you can still use it. Tested it last night, still works.
So I haven't had that screen yet. I did get an email warning, just in general. There is only one other person, I believe, that is on my Netflix.
Okay, so you're the Netflix account owner right there.
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I did get the email. I don't know if the other person received that message at any time recently or not.
Probably.
They haven't mentioned it, but we've had other things to discuss recently. So other priorities. But I don't know. I'm Netflix. I go to you out of instinct, but then I don't stay on your site really much.
Yeah. So with me, Netflix has The Witcher, which is coming in June.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I know I definitely want to make sure I watch. And that's all that I'm really concerned about right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy the Great British Baking Show, but
it's great.
I'm not paying for Netflix in order to get the Great British Baking Show. I can live without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything? Let me see. Look at their coming now, because like I can still access it on my phone. So let me see.
Yeah,
what's coming soon to Netflix?
It's one of those where even the next thing that I know, besides The Witcher, the next thing I know that I think was announced would be Sandman, but they haven't started filming that. They haven't started any production on that, as far as I know.
So Black Mirror, that too.
Black Mirror, that is another good one.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if the cost is worth it.
It's not worth it. Exactly.
You're not going to be able to drive all the pirates out of the world. It's impossible. Not saying I am a pirate.
Not the newer ones, though, JJ. That's the thing. I want them when they come out. But yeah, I can definitely watch the Great British Baking Show on Roku. I saw the Great American Baking Show is there too. I still haven't watched that though. I've been told it's not the same and I won't like it, but I want to see it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just you can't make the stand, and I know they're doing this with the hope and intention that the other streaming services will join them in unity. And I hope that they are smart enough to know
But
that they won't.
here's
Or
the
that they
funny
should.
thing. Here's the funny thing, though, because there have been responses to this
Mm-hmm.
from a few of these other streaming services. One of them being Prime Video.
Ooh, do go on. Everyone who
Where it said, they shared the earlier tweet that Netflix put out in 2017, love is sharing the password. And then they showed their watching screen where they're like,
yes.
we're still letting you share, buddy. We're good. We're good. The thing is, Amazon Prime can do that because most of the world has Amazon Prime,
And
so
they
it doesn't
don't
really
care.
matter. They don't care. But also, Blockbuster has dropped this one. Reminder that when you used to rent videos from us, we didn't care who you shared it with, as long as you returned it on time. Amen, Blockbuster. You know what? I still got love for you. All right, even if other people don't appreciate you no more, I still got love for you. I miss going to the video store.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Joining them in Hollywood Video.
Yeah, going to the video store. I had like a lot of like smaller local video stores I went to too, like because the Blockbusters and Hollywood Videos were further away than those, so I would go to the local ones. Like there was one where I lived, I could ride my bike to when I was a kid, and I'd go in. And I remember because there was this big like cement garbage can up against the wall right next to it. I used to ride my bike and like go right in wedge in between this, so it'll stand my bike up so it wouldn't fall over because I didn't have a kickstand on my bike. But going in there, walking along the walls and seeing like, oh, what's new out now, and then like going over to the video game section because that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna rent a game. Okay, usually not gonna rent a movie, or like kind of making my way over to that section that's blocked off that I'm not supposed to go into, and seeing if anybody's watching and seeing like, I'm gonna slip in here now. And we
definitely had one of those, right? And it was attached. It was like in the same building basically as the grocery store that was closest to us as well. So every time we would go grocery shopping, it's like, yo, can we stop by there? Mom, Dad, can we go in? I just want to walk around. I just want to look. Can I just look? I just want to look. Can we look?
I remember when I was like 16 or 17, I got caught trying to steal a video from Blockbuster. I don't even know why I did it. It was a movie that like it wasn't even like I don't even remember what the movie was. Like it wasn't even that important to me. I just I saw, I'm like, oh, so unlike the new releases, you all keep these in the actual cases behind the thing. And I opened it up, I'm like, in the jacket pocket, and went to walk out and like shit,
scatter.
Basically, it turned into a thing where I had to like kind of play it off like I didn't know why it was going off. Like took my phone out, pocket and keys and all that, and then like kind of took my jacket off with the tape still in the sleeve and put it on the floor, and then like walk through like, oh, it didn't work now. So when I reached back to grab my jacket and stuff, kind of slipped the tape out of the sleeve and left it on the floor and just took off. And like, there's no way the dude didn't know that's what I was trying to do.
Right.
But he just like, I'm not about to make such, just leave it here, dude. Like,
I'm only getting paid like $8. I'm not about to chase you down.
Just leave it here. I'll put the damn thing back. I wasn't doing shit anyway. Like,
I'm here part-time anyway. What are you doing? Like,
But I really do feel like it was one of those things. It was more of an annoyance than him actually being like really bothered by it. It's just like why?
Dumb kids. God damn it. So, but yeah, no, it's stupid. I really hope I'm hoping none of the other streamers join in on this and don't try it, because it's part of the culture now. Like people are, and especially because it's going to be cutting into everybody else's bottom line, because there's the trade and the commodity of it. It's like, hey, I'm the one that's paying for the Netflix. You got the Hulu. We'll just exchange the passwords and whatnot. Somebody else is hooking me up with the HBO or the Max, excuse me. Somebody else is hooking me up with the Crunchyroll, and you go back and forth. And that's the community we are building, and then everybody prospers from that. You're not going to get everybody to buy a Netflix. You're not going to get everybody to buy Hulu. You're not going to get everybody to buy Max. You're not going to get everybody to do this and that.
Yeah.
So,
and if you want to do the thing where you force people to choose, your bottom line is definitely going down now. It's going to be, your numbers are going to, those high numbers you were getting before, way down here now. Those millions and millions of watches on this one show. Not happening.
Because we will not watch it and we will not rewatch it because you're getting the rewatch because I'm using somebody else's profile or password in the first place. So you're not going to be able to, you can't add up to those. Like, don't do this. Be smart. This isn't the way to go. Make the
It's just like with cable. Like, you got one house that pays for cable, but guess what? If somebody comes over and all that kind of stuff, other people watching the cable, you know what I mean? This is like.
Same. And hell, even back then, you couldn't stop us from getting that VCR or the blank tape to go ahead and record it, and we're going to keep it anyway.
Yeah. Basically. Or like even, with cable services now, you can log into somebody's cable service to get access to shit if you want to. Like, nothing stopping you from doing it, like, at all.
Be smart. Just accept it. It's a loss. Go with it.
Yeah, man. Cost of doing business. But speaking of business, we got to pay some bills over here. So let's pay some bills and let's hear from our sponsors. How about
Sweet
that?
Sponsorships.
Want to spice things up in the bedroom? Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention, dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at w.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try W today and feel the difference. The link is in the description. And we're back. You were muted, sir. What'd you say?
Oh, I just said love that sweet ad money.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're back. Let's hop into a trailer because
Ooh.
and I'm kind of not happy to show this one right now because it is a Netflix show because I'm not happy with them right now, but
Bastards.
I want to support the people in it. So let's go ahead and check this out. It's a show called Survival of the Thickest.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm Mavis Beaumont, and I have a passion for fashion.
Uh-huh.
That's a little much. I'm overcompensating because I'm nervous.
I can slap you if you want.
That's a no, thank you. You got this, bitch.
You're the boss now.
I see you, Peaches and Herb.
All right. You wild girl. I want to dress women and help them love their bodies.
Hashtag body positivity. Hashtag work, mama.
Mavis.
You the best at this.
You better start that rumor. Okay.
Yeah, I saw multiple comedians are in this who I enjoy watching, so I'm like, yeah, I'm want to check that one out.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
It'd be on the list of considerations if I keep the Netflix in
I
the first place.
say if I still have Netflix when July 13th comes around. Let's see what else we got here. Let's talk about bad video games, Ed.
Oh,
Are you familiar that a game called Gollum came out recently?
I did see some rumblings about it after it has been released.
So this game was actually, I don't know if you knew this, the first game revealed that was supposed to be part of this next gen or this current gen. Like the first next gen game revealed to people was Gollum. Okay.
Okay.
But
Did not know
this article comes from Forbes, and it just came out, so that should tell you something. But this comes from Forbes, from Paul Tassi. Gollum, a game that exists, is the worst reviewed of the year by far. So, if you're ready for a game that makes Redfall look like Tears of the Kingdom, you may want to check out Gollum. Actually, no one should check out Gollum. It seems, judging by what are literally the worst review scores for any game on PC and PS5 this entire year. It is hard to understate just how poorly Gollum is being reviewed. The game currently has a 38 on Metacritic on PS5 and a 43 on PC. That makes it the worst reviewed game on either platform in 2023. 18 points lower than Redfall on PC, which is at a 56. 26 points lower than Forspoken on PS5, which is a 64. This is an industry where a 60 is considered a disaster, and it's got a 38. A 30 fucking 8. While normally there may be some amount of leeway provided to a smaller developer like Daedalic, but given a lower budget than AAA games, main problem here is that Gollum is charging a full $60 or $70 for a special edition that paywalls things like emotes and Elvish voiceovers. Yeah, that's what I said. Like
the audacity,
the temerity.
Unmitigated gall.
Oh man, but yeah, not that a lower price would have made the game better, but it certainly compounds the problems the game already has. So here's some of the worst reviews that have been put up. Like these are the worst that I've seen in a long time. Okay, GameSpot gave it a 2 out of 10, bruh. And they said, and I quote, much like Gollum's quest for the One Ring, my quest to complete the Lord of the Rings Gollum was full of endless setbacks, impossible odds, and ever-increasing levels of madness. And like Gollum, my journey was doomed from the start. So if the developer's main goal was to really put you in the shoes of such a pitiful, unlovable character faced with constant pain and suffering at every turn, they were at least successful at that. Inverse gave it a 3 out of 10. The Lord of the Rings Gollum is a messy and frustrating action platformer set in Middle-earth. Most of the gameplay involves platforming and stealth, though neither works very well. Gollum is full of technical problems that make an otherwise unpleasant experience even worse. And the game's boring story makes it hard to recommend, even to the most hardcore Lord of the Rings fans. So even if you were like super into the Rings of Power, don't play this shit. IGN Spain, not just IGN, they had to specifically talk Spain into it because their main office wasn't touching the shit. Lord of the Rings Gollum is a stealth action and platform adventure that has some interesting ideas but lacks cooking. A video game of classic structure whose gaps are evident both in the narrative as in the playable, technical, and aesthetic. There's some translation things going on there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah. I actually also heard somebody who played this said there was a you know how some games on PS5, well, most games on PS5 let you choose between visuals and performance. They have one thing in that you can change where you can toggle on and off Gollum's hair physics. And turning on the hair physics made the game crash over and over and over again. An update came out that removed that option.
$60 or $70.
Yeah. For trash, like literal trash. Like, there's a lot of times we talk about stuff not being good or just not as good as it should be. I'm like, that's trash. But no, this game is trash.
And I like reviews. I like watching and reading reviews. I have sources that I usually trust. I will occasionally put on and click an IGN video review just for something, even if I've never heard of the game like this and have no idea about it, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, you want to listen to it, not just look at the number, and because you want to know why they gave it that score. What they didn't like. There's certain things. There's something you don't like that I'm actually okay with. That could make all the difference. You got to read or listen to the actual.
And even if I have no intentions of ever really getting the game, at least I know something about it, and I'll just check it out. And then that way, hey, 3 months down the line, it's on sale. I'm like, you know what? I remember some decent reviews about that. Let me go ahead and take advantage of this sale.
When the PlayStation Network has a sale going on, it's like, I can get this for $8 right now. Sure, okay.
Why not? I may never play it. It'll go to the long list of queued up games that I
that library.
Yes, but this was probably one of the first ones that maybe like 3 minutes into for some reason 10-minute. I do distinctly remember it was a 10-minute video. Maybe 3 minutes into it, I'm like, this game is fucking terrible. I don't need to watch this review. So I don't even know. I don't know what the score was. I didn't pay any attention to anything else. And then I started seeing all the headlines on social media. I'm like, oh, and now I'm seeing this part. It makes sense now. I'm glad I saved those last 7 minutes of my life to no longer need this in my orbit. And
quality masturbation time that you could have wasted. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Depending on the day, 7 minutes worth. Yeah, seven times. Who knows? But it was just
sometimes you might want to do the slow stroke for 7 minutes, though. Whatever you got going on that day. If you got the time, you could just.
We're right there. Yeah. But gosh, $60 or $70. And even on the debates I've had with friends, like I am more than willing to accept the fact that we have skated as gamers far too long on these $60 prices that they should have increased by now with inflation and all of that.
Like I say this all the time. I specifically remember on the Nintendo 64 back in the day paying $79.99 for Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Yeah,
that was in the 90s. Like,
yes.
Shit, 60 right now. Okay, you increased when they increased to 70 for these. I was like, okay.
Like, we're still getting a deal. Thank you.
Yeah, like I get it.
However, give me a full
this trash, right?
competent game. Like, don't give me something I'm gonna knock out in 10 hours and also expect me to be happy that you're giving me this discount. I'm sorry. Like, I need my full money's worth if I'm going to pay this price or be comfortable paying the full price of like 80, 90. Fuck it. Even depending on the AAA Hot Topic game, I will gladly be willing to go.
There are certain games that I think I'm looking at them like when I played God of War Ragnarok and like looking back at them, like if they had charged me $100 for this game, I would have understood.
Like Tsushima, I gladly would have paid $100.
I would have understood 100%. Like,
okay, have earned it. If they had a Spider-Man, yes.
Again,
Red Dead Redemption 2. Absolutely. Even unfortunately, well, I did basically since I bought the game twice, I did pay $100 for GTA 5. So,
I say, yeah, that was one that you bought it on PS3, then we all bought it again on PS4 because the thing is they gave us more on PS4, we paid again for it, you know. So they added that they upgraded the visuals, they also added the first person, and a whole lot of other stuff was happening there too. So
although mine was cross-gen, so I went from a 360 switch it over to a PlayStation 4. So that's why I had to do it. And then, but I did not go for the PS5. I took a moral stand to say, no, just because you are doing this graphical upgrade and all of this stuff, you will not get my money a third time. Rockstar. Fuck you. Bethesda on Skyrim, though, you might have gotten me
on multiple platforms.
The 360, the Switch, I'm very close to getting it on the PS5, and I still haven't even beaten the fucking game. That's the problem. I still haven't even completed it. I've gotten towards the
game, though. That's the thing. Like, it's just.
But I just love it.
When they give you quality, you're willing to pay. People are willing to pay for quality. It is just kind of, I get it.
Although, also in my defense, the Switch version was on sale too, so I didn't even pay full price.
But you paid for it.
Yeah, I did pay. I did buy it a second time. Yes, at the end of the day, yes. But this trash for cosmetics, this microtransactions bullshit with all of these other games. Again, between that or the fact of like the sports games are constantly just copy and paste basically year after year with minor stuff, and you still want to pay full price or charge me full price. That's why I haven't bought any of those in a decade or so.
The new AEW game is supposed to not be doing that. That's not an annualized thing when they put it out and they're like, okay, we're going to add stuff onto this game though for years to come. So
and that's what I would prefer if you just and even then. If the microtransaction is, hey, next year we'll charge, hey, here's a $10 upgrade fee or $15 upgrade fee. We'll get you new rosters, new animations.
Update the roster. They got this dude does a new move now, so we got this in here. This person's ring attire is different now. All that kind of stuff. Cool.
I would be perfectly fine, and you can milk that at least for 5 years, and I think that would be perfectly fine. Probably even a little bit longer, and that would get you the money that you're talking about. We will gladly take that. I'm pretty sure
because you're not paying for the development cycle and all that too. So
and that this seems like it would be the smarter play in my opinion. But
it makes too much sense. It makes too much sense.
And then when you jump to the next gen, then obviously yes, give us the brand new game, and we can get excited about that because the fact that like Apex Legends or Fortnite that they do seasonal packs and
season passes,
do that. We will gladly pay those $10 for that seasonal upgrade so we can get, like you said, the updated roster, and that could go for all the sports games, new animations. If you want to test new modes and work out the kinks and all of that stuff, go ahead and do it that way. And then 2, 3, 4 or 5 years down the line, all right, we're going to release a new game. I understand that might mess up the numbering system maybe, but you can work that out. Like, I don't know. There's other ways you can go about it that would get somebody like me back into it, where I know I'm not suffering by not having played in the last decade, and now I got to jump back in, knowing my frugality is going to make me mad that, yes, I'm going to pay $60 for a game that technically I also could have bought the last year's version for $5 of. Or the last time I bought NBA 2K was because y'all had it on sale for $2.99 because the next one was about to come out. And I'm like, all right, I'll play this for 3 or 4 months. And then
I want to say the last time I played the 2K was not because I bought it. It was because it was a free PlayStation Plus game that month.
See,
that was like 4 years ago,
and that was probably the more recent one, than the one I had. So again,
when I say the one I owned, I had it. I didn't play it, but I had it because the whole thing we had to get into, like with the My Player and all the buying the VC and all that. I'm like, I'm not getting into all this. It's
because even then, I don't have the time frame to sit there for a whole hour or however many to play one game or two to score enough, to play well enough, to get more VC, to upgrade my player so that I can play more and be a better player in the game world.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just because I suck at those games. I don't know. But it's the fact of I got to invest this much time. Like, no, I want to be able to like power through and get
bring back NBA Jam.
Yes.
You know, NBA Hang Time or NBA Showtime. You know those, you know?
If only the NFL wasn't so concerned about, the safety of their players or the image and whatnot, and we can get NFL Blitz back.
NFL Blitz, hell yeah.
Or something. Like, yes, we come here for the hits, literally.
That's really what people watch football for. Like, we're not here to watch you be super safe. Like, no, we're here to watch big, meaty men slap meat. Like, that's what this is.
Thank you.
Just admit that we're barbaric and we like to watch that shit. Like, it's just like it's what we are. Admit it. It's what we are. Okay.
And it's okay to be honest with that.
It's always been that way. Remember well, I don't remember because I wasn't there, but the gladiators, it's always been a thing. We still watch boxing. We still watch MMA. Like, it's because we like watching people knock the fuck out of each other.
Now there's literally slap fights. So yes, that's what people want. I'm not.
Have you seen the thing with the car fight league or whatever?
Oh no!
Where you got to fight. You're both in the front seat of a car, and when like the buzzer goes off to start, you got to take your seatbelt off and fight inside the car. I'll find it and I'll send you the link, because when I saw this, I'm like, I didn't know I needed this, but I'm so happy this exists.
I mean, we are a ridiculous species, and that is I got nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you, because that was probably like one of my favorite things that I discovered on the internet over the past year.
Closet fights. 2 men enter, 1 crawls out.
Yeah, that's the way you get out of it. You crawl out of that closet.
Phone booth round.
I think they do that. I think they do phone booths. I'm not sure though. I could be making up in my head. But anyway, speaking of people playing with your money though, Dungeons and Dragons are increasing the price of printed books despite continuous financial success. This article comes from Dicebreaker, written by Chase Carter. So, higher physical book prices begin later in 2023, while digital editions remain solid for now. So players will soon need to cough up a bit more money to secure physical editions of Dungeons and Dragons source books, roughly 20% more. Publisher Wizards of the Coast pointed the blame finger at rising costs of producing and shipping goods, but failed to mention the constantly profitable state of the tabletop RPG franchise in its explanation. Post to the D&D Beyond community blog on May 23rd characterized the news as not particularly fun, saying that, quote, with the cost of goods and shipping continually increasing, we finally had to make the decision to increase the price of our new release print books. We're committed to creating high quality products that deliver great value to our players and must increase our prices to accomplish that. D&D standard source books have maintained steady suggested retail price, often abbreviated MSRP, of $59.95 since 5th edition's release in 2014. Beginning with the upcoming Bigsby Presents Glory of the Giants and rolling forward, that price will increase to $69.95. This increase will not affect the currently available pre-order bundle on the official D&D store. So yeah, there's more to this article or whatever, but they're increasing the price on physical stuff. Um, Part of me is like, that's one of those things I wouldn't have bought it physically anyway, so I don't really care. And also, the thing is, what people are not really realizing, and what I think Wizards of the Coast is afraid people will start to realize, is honestly, we don't need them to play D&D, like at all. D&D Beyond makes it easier, but even with like the campaign I run with y'all, I could 100% still run D&D with y'all without using anything from Wizards of the Coast at all.
Again, it's the corporate greed, some of the Netflix and everything. Like, just you're clinching so hard to try to scrap up a few extra dimes that you're going to drop dollar bills along the way and alienate people that are going to take their money and walk somewhere else, because you're a luxury. You're not a requirement anymore.
Yeah.
Netflix, you're a luxury. You're not a requirement anymore.
You're not the only game in town. Like, that's really the problem. What they're not really realizing, like, it's not just you. We don't have to use you anymore.
See, and you want to think just because you were the first one to come up with it to some extent for both Netflix and Wizards of the Coast, but you have to accept the fact that, like, at this point, yeah, there's other people who do it probably even better now at this point, like better interfaces, better ideas, better content.
That's why they bought D&D Beyond, because the thing is, people were using D&D Beyond, and it was
okay.
Yeah,
D&D and Beyond was something, basically a fan made thing first.
Basically, fan. Yeah, it was owned by Fandom. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. See, so you have all these other people who are doing such great work for you, basically, and in your chase for corporate greed, you scoop them up. But there's too many fires that you can't put out in that case. There's too many creatives out there that are going to make things easier for their personal gain, realize that they can spread it out and share it with the world for free, because why not? Because we're not all corporate capital, stupid capitalists that want all the money and all this stuff. So we'll go ahead and make the lives easier for other people that, yeah, you can't, it's stupid. No.
Yeah. And I think a big part of this too is because their digital books are still going to be $30. So it's like one of those things where, like, they're trying to drive people now, because they now have bought D&D Beyond. They need to make good on that investment and all that, try to drive people to buy more things digital so they don't have to produce the physical stuff and all that kind of stuff. And they end up making more there. Also, a lot of the time too, the books were, MSRP is $60, but if you looked on Amazon, most of the time they were on sale. Like, very often you can get them cheaper there. Like the main books I have here, the Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, Dungeon Master's Guide, got all those on Amazon for $30 a piece. And I actually think the Monster Manual was on sale even lower than that when I got it. So it's annoying, but we'll see what happens.
And especially since the whole premise of your business is the fact that chances are most of these things, some people only probably need to buy it the one time and never come back to you. And
because they're making their own stuff. I only use what you all give me to give me ideas, basically, to make my own stuff. Like, that's really what happens a lot. Like, their official, like, subclasses and all that kind of stuff, I get because I play with other people who were using D&D Beyond, so it's easier just to have it in there.
Yeah.
I could like do it all myself. Like, I 100% could if I wanted to.
That's what I don't grasp, how they do not. And I know that was part of the controversy they had. What was it, earlier this year or last year?
With the OGL stuff, the open gaming license,
and then trying to stop other people from being able to use and to create their own stuff as well. It's like you cat's out of the bag. You can't. You cannot
stop. That's what this whole thing is built on, is creating things, like, and people creating their own stuff. Yeah, you have stuff that you create for us to use and all that, and we can choose to use that if we want to. A lot of times I do, but I find more interesting stuff actually outside of Wizards of the Coast, like, that other people have made, than the stuff that they've made.
That's what I'm saying.
The second campaign I'm running right now, the whole, like, Doom Forgotten Realms thing, that was a concept I kind of had in my head, but then I saw something like it that somebody else had made, and I'm like, oh, I can take what they have here and I can make my own shit out of that. And it's just like, oh, this is all really cool ideas and stuff that wasn't you, Wizards.
You need to accept it.
Yeah.
Greedy bastards.
Basically. But I think that's enough for the day, Ed. I hate to end on such a somber note, but
Goddamn.
it's been one of those days where there's just like the storyline of the day is corporate greed. There's a lot of that happening today. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget, like I said, Twitch, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Creatia World there. Watch us. All that good stuff. If you want to know more, have all the links to everything we do. It's right here, creatiaworld.com. So go there, check that out. You can follow us on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at It's Creatia World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creatia World. While you're there, check out our Facebook groups like facebook.com/group/Them Dragons. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, House of the Dragon fan, go in there, get up in there, share your memes, all that good stuff. Ed has stuff. Ed is.
It reminds me. My brother hooked me up with somebody did some a 3D printer of a nice little.
Oh, that's dope.
Thing. And so I was like, love it. It's cool.
That is really cool.
I just had to show it off. So yes. Sorry. Back to your pluggables.
Yeah. Pictures of things like that. Because if you show me a dragon, I'm happy. That's really If you want a shortcut to make Travis smile, dragon. Also, facebook.com/group/Smack It Raw is the official Facebook group for our wrestling podcast every Friday night. So tonight at midnight, 11 p.m. Central Time, the Warden Matt Ritter, Vince Danny Delgado, Katie Kinsey Bebe, every Friday night. Man, not every night. That'd be a lot. But every Friday night, talking wrestling, the whole week in wrestling, spitting and swallowing it all. Yeah. I think that'll be it. You can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Rufus, where can they find you?
Mainly IG, Art of Rufus or Rufio, Rufio.
Rufio.
Art of Rufus, if you want to get some art stuff, I got some prints down there at artofrufus.pixels.com. If you want to buy some prints or some originals, I got a sale going on still. If you hit me up on Instagram, you can see the prices for that. Or you can follow my cosplay journey on some of my builds on that Rufio, Instagram.com/Rufio, like that. And you can check the cosplay stuff as I'm working on that. And that's mainly it. I'm out there doing what I can.
You're out there killing it. All right, y'all. We'll catch you next time. We will not be doing a show on Monday. It's a holiday, so we're taking that day off. But we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll see you then. Until then, we out.